Here we go, another edition of Sports Medicine Weekly on this Saturday morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm Steve Kashul, Chicago Bulls radio host, joined this week by Dr. Nick Verma, subbing for my usual co-host, Dr. Brian Cole. Dr. Nick Verma is the head team physician for the Chicago White Sox, sports medicine specialist, orthopedic surgeon from Midwest Orthopedic at Rush. Dr. Nick, how are you?
I'm great, Steve.
Oh, thanks so much for joining us, and you've done it before with us. Appreciate you filling in this week, and we've got a great show lined up. First topic, cryotherapy. You get into the opposite of a hot tub. It's a cold tub. Have you ever done that?
I have not. I have not actually done the cryotherapy when you get into the tank. We do have one in the locker room for the White Sox. Certainly there are a lot of guys on the team who like to use it. As you know, baseball players kind of have their own regimens. Each one has a different idea of what helps them heal and recover. And for many of them, that's become cryotherapy. So I'm interested to hear what this guest has to say.
I'm guessing more after the game than before?
Generally as a recovery tool, yes.
Let's start by bringing on our first guest. David Wikaryasz is with Cryo Effect. They've got 4 locations here in Chicagoland, 3 in the city, and 1 in South Barrington. He is the Chief of Business Development for Cryo Effect, Cryotherapy, and Cold Spa. David, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well, gentlemen. I appreciate you having me on the show today.
Hey, well, thanks so much for joining us. We kind of led a little bit with what cryotherapy is and how it relates to the White Sox. Give us your definition, David, of cryotherapy.
Yes. So cryotherapy is really using cold temperatures for health, wellness, recovery, and beauty. And as Dr. Verma had talked about, we provide whole-body cryotherapy. And if you've seen athletes, both pro, college, high school, use tubs of ice for recovery, it's really that, in that, it's a standing cryo chamber that you're in for 3 minutes at temperatures of minus 200 degrees for recovery, rejuvenation. It increases metabolism, improves blood flow. You see oftentimes, I'll use LeBron James as a great example. He does it, every day. Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Dr. Oz, Tony Robbins is a big fan of it as well. And it's really a great way to feel better. I use it myself. I'm a 44-year-old man who does boot camp, runs, does Soul Cycle, and, certainly I'm not 18 anymore, and I want to feel good about myself.
David, obviously we've talked a little bit about the fact that the professional athletes, many of them are using this new technology to help them recover. And obviously in that world, they have access to unlimited resources. Most of our listeners on a Saturday morning are probably more the weekend warrior type.
Yeah.
How do you recommend that they use it? Is it a weekly thing? Is it a recovery thing? Is it a maintenance thing? What's the typical quote-unquote package that a weekend warrior or somebody training for an upcoming event, a triathlon, a marathon, how may they use this?
I would recommend, number one is, come try it out. We have locations, as you said, in 3 in the city of Chicago, 1 in South Barrington. It's a low cost of $40 for your first session. I think it's a great experience. You feel better. You're going to run better, work out better. And just overall, I think it's going to be an improvement in your wellness.
Visiting again with David Wikaryasz, currently serving as the Chief of Business Development for Cryo Effect, Cryotherapy, and Cold Spa here in the Chicago area and South Barrington. I'm Steve Kashul with Dr. Nick Verma. It is Sports Medicine Weekly. So we kind of described it there, David. What do guys wear? What do the ladies wear? Obviously, as little as possible, I'm sure. But, for someone who's never done it, obviously we're going neck down in this thing, right?
Yes. In fact, I was new to it about 2 months ago, and I've become a big fan, of course. Men and women both, we have a great team that is highly trained to walk you through the process. Come in your street clothes. They will walk you to the changing area. Both men and women wear a robe. Men wear boxers. We want to make sure that there are no fresh tattoos or jewelry below the neck. And what we'll do is once it's time to get you in the tank or the cryo chamber, we will take your blood pressure and also look at your body temperature. And then they will then lead you into the tank. It will raise you up. And then after 3 minutes, we'll take you out of the tank and look and measure your body again and see kind of where your temperature is. And so certainly your body temperature starts around 98.6. people's temperature falls down to about, 50 degrees, 40 degrees, and less. And so, certainly soon after that, your body starts warming back up, and you start really feeling the impact and the benefits of whole body cryotherapy.
David, as team physicians, we get presented with a lot of different technologies that are reported to provide benefit and help players, et cetera. One of the things that we try to do as we look through these and screen them out is think about safety first and making sure that nothing that we use is potentially harmful. Mm-hmm. What are there, obviously anybody who's used ice probably recognizes the potential benefit here, but are there specific patients or individuals or conditions where we should not be using this, and any other safety advice you would give?
Number one, I would say that, again, back to our having, great team on staff are going to ask you a number of questions that, 3 or 4 questions to ensure that you are the right candidate to be standing up in a tank. Certainly we're going to look at your blood pressure. For women, we don't want them to be, pregnant. Certainly we want to ensure that, you're the right candidate. But, we have, a wonderful facility, to really ensure that people are in a safe environment. We're there to monitor. In fact, our team stands next to you the whole time. Certainly if within that, before that 3 minutes, if the cold is maybe too much for someone, we'll let you walk out and certainly, try again if you'd like.
Yeah, and I would assume that timing here is the biggest safety issue, is making sure you're not in there too much. 3 minutes is the maximum. Some people go in, we call it double dipping. Certainly, and back to your question about, timing, we have people that, go in every single day. They continuously feel better, sleep better, their, muscles, tissues feel even better. And so we see a lot of people buy our packages and continue using them until, certainly before, after, during workout, race, marathon, et cetera.
Great stuff, David. Again, website is cryo, cryo-effect.com. Thanks for joining us, and I can't wait to try it out for the first time myself.
Thank you both.